Hi, this is Frank Taylor with Nature at Your Door. I'm outdoors today on a beautiful spring day here on the Appalachian Trail in Craig County, Virginia. This is in southwest Virginia, and we're at a point where the Appalachian Trail crosses from one ridge, comes down through this valley where there's a road access, and climbs up the ridge on the other end. The purpose of today's episode is to see the Keffer Oak. It's the second largest oak tree on the entire 2,200 miles of the Appalachian Trail. So we're going to see that, and we're going to talk about big trees, champion trees, and remarkable trees like this one. If you want directions for how to see this, check out my description. I'll leave some links to get to the Keffer Oak there. So stay tuned. Right here in your backyard. You never know what you're going to find. I've actually recently finished hiking the whole 540 miles of Virginia's Appalachian Trail from the Tennessee border all the way to Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. Today it's only about a mile or two trail access to the Oak. As I walk up the Appalachian Trail today on this picture-perfect spring day, cool but bright sunshine, I can't help but think about what amazing things these big trees are. These trees have been around for some of them hundreds and hundreds of years. It's a testament to their individual survival, the survival of their particular species, and just shows us how grand a particular species can be. These trees have survived windstorms, tornadoes, hurricanes, ice, snow damage, insects, diseases, and a host of other things to arrive at this point. Also surviving the saw of humans that see a big tree and they want to cut it down. Here in Virginia, we have a great number of national record trees, which is surprising given how early this area was colonized. And the oak that we're going to see today is no exception to that rule. As you can see, the Keffer Oak is literally right on the trail. And there's this fence crossing that allows people to go through, but prevents cattle from walking through. It's just tremendous to see this tree. I've been here a couple times before, and when I section hike the AT, I pass through here. And I know that every person that hikes through the AT will have seen this tree and likely take their picture here. It's really famous on the Appalachian Trail. At one time, it was thought to be the largest oak tree on the Appalachian Trail, but is now ranked second with a larger tree coming out someplace in New York State. This particular tree is about 22 to 24 feet in circumference, 60 feet tall, and has a branch spread of almost 100 feet. American Forests is a nonprofit association that's dedicated to conservation of trees and wildlife. They began keeping records for champion trees in 1941 and kicked off this program. To be registered as a champion tree, and there's one for each species, one measures the girth or circumference of the tree 4.5 feet off the ground, measures the height of the tree, and measures the spread of its branches. These values are plugged into a simple mathematical formula to get a score for the tree. American Forests keeps a running catalog of all the champion trees in the 50 states. The trees in this category are in constant flux, as some of the trees, which are already near the end of their life cycle, age out, may die, may be affected by disease, or are broken in a storm. And so new trees will often take their place. All the while, new trees are growing and getting larger. It's exciting to think that there's probably national champion trees out there that have yet to be identified. And maybe you'll be the one to find one of the new national, state, county, or local champions. Many different organizations from the state level down catalog large trees and champion trees of each species. I'm really excited about looking at my county and finding where are the champion trees of my county of each species. Now, I'm not really a tree hugger, but let's see how far my arms can get around the trunk of this tree. Well, I tried, but can't get around much of it. It is so big. Talking about looking for, reading about, and finding champion trees is fun activity in itself. But what it's really all about is engaging people in learning about forests, learning about trees, learning to identify trees, and gain a really personal understanding about how important forests are, not only to wildlife, but our very existence. Coming up on a champion tree like this, where it's an oak tree, is absolutely magnificent. As big as this tree is, and as old as it is, it's not one of the top 3 champions in the state of Virginia. Virginia has many national champion trees, along with a catalog of the biggest state trees. But it's also interesting, and another organization is celebrating remarkable trees. Trees that are remarkable for their size, their height, their girth, their place in history, or simply their beauty. It's another way to recognize trees. Do you have a remarkable tree in your town or park? Do you know its history? Do you know what species it is? Do you know how big it is and where it fits in your county or state or national rankings? I hope you enjoyed watching this episode of Nature at Your Door. Got a little feel for the Appalachian Trail and this amazing Keffer Oak here, and learn some things about state, national champion trees and those remarkable trees that are in your area as well. If you like what I do, please subscribe to my channel, give me a like. And remember, I cover all things nature, from frogs, toads, snakes, turtles, the myriapoda, insects, trees, wildflowers, and fungi. I cover all the things you might encounter just outside your door. So thanks again for watching this episode of Nature at Your Door. I think I'll lean up on this tree for a little while, absorb its greatness.